Kia ora. My name is Azareth. Welcome to my channel. Today we're doing another pick a card. And that is, what do you need to know right now? So, there is 3 options. Pile number 1, you have the Cobra. If this resonates with you, this Jade Cobra, I will see you at the beginning. Pile number 1. Now before you go, so each pile, they all hold a special significance. Something very specific will come through that you need to know specifically at this time. And I trust that these messages will come through that are needed. As each pile, even just these items, are a symbolic image that you're resonating with. So pile number 1, if this symbolic image resonates with you, the Cobra, there's something specific you need to know. Pile number 2, you have the ship in the bottle. Again, there is significance to these. Symbolic. This is why you're in my reading in the first place. What you need to know is a symbolic image or message that you're going to be picking up from these messages. Ship in the bottle. I will go more into depth with these in the reading. Pile number 3. Symbolic image is Hades, and Cerberus is the 3-headed dog. Now there might be some I'll go more into this, but there's certain things in terms of Greek mythology, which is, I would say, quite an interesting viewpoint on things, and so don't go off your initial judgment if it is something that's negative, because Hades isn't actually all that negative. Not how media portrays him, at least. Alright, so I will see you guys at your readings. Alright, pile number 1, you pick the Cobra. I feel like this could be someone who needs to actually kind of look into their animal instincts a bit more, acknowledging, this could be your spirit animals that you have inside you, that you need to actually acknowledge. This is something that you need to know. This could be one of the messages you need to know. Because when you adopt certain animal characteristics, not to say totally make it your personality, but there is a form of personality in every animal that is unique to that specific animal. And a cobra, a king cobra, or a queen, they have the power to kill something and it dies within a matter of seconds. But if you watch them in their in a natural habitat, I recommend watching a small documentary on it so you can see how they act. Because the way that they act is that they don't always go straight in to take the bite. They wait. They take a moment. They allow whatever threat that is around them to know that you're aware of that threat's presence, and that you're giving them a chance to walk away, to leave you alone so they don't suffer from one of the most deadly bites in the world. And as well as it's taking on that personality and knowing that you have that power within you, So that, and that's like a whole thing that I could blow up into something huge, but It's not what we're here for today. So, let's find out what your current energy is, and then we'll start to slowly go through what you need to know. So what's your energy currently? Hermit. Cobras are solitary. They are. So that's very fitting. So right now you're kind of taking a pause, you're taking a moment, or you have been. You're starting to realize and see things in a different way because you've been able to isolate yourself for a while, and you've been able to see things from a new perspective. Things are a bit more clearer to you. You know, you've been able to sit up from this high position, able to overlook everything, and actually, you know, see things in a different way that perhaps you haven't seen in that specific way before. You know, you're casting a light down on the shadows that are unseen at this time, and so that's what you're currently doing. That's your energy. What are you working on? Ten of Swords. So you're trying to find a completion in something. This is you going within and trying to work out within your thoughts. This is the way that I'm seeing this, is that you've probably been cultivating these new ideas. This could be you trying to figure out a new form of way to approach the world. This could be a new business perspective that you're thinking about going ahead and doing. But you're working on it in a completion. But I feel like this is something that you're going on internally, because you are the Hermit. You're trying to find this internal completion within yourself. This is a psychological thing. Go on to what's involved or who, so they can go either way. What's involved? The Sun. I feel like this is a what. It's about trying to actually go into like your light. Like again, you're holding a light. You're viewing things over with your light. You know, you're casting down onto the shadows so that you can be aware of them, so that you can create a completion within your life, within your mind. And by doing so, you're having to cast a light. And that's one of the things that's involved, is you being able to kind of allow yourself to see these things and actually acknowledge them. This could be the fact you're coming into completion or realizing a threat, something within your reality. And the Sun could be whatever that tool is that will help and support you through whatever you're currently working on, and whatever completion you're trying to make. What do you need to know? What does the viewer need to know? Two of Swords. So you're kind of probably stuck in a situation where you feel kind of held back, and you don't really know how to progress forward. But you're having to take a moment. This is that Hermit energy, and allowing yourself to stay in this. This is where you need to stay in the moment. But you've got some kind of decision that's coming up. This could be what you're trying to figure out now to allow yourself to come through this in this completion. It's finally making some kind of decision, which could lead you to the Sun. You know, this could be again business. This could be relationships. This could be literally anything. But again, this is what you need to know, and so put it where it fits. But you feel kind of stagnant. You know, maybe you're coming into a period of time where you could be put into stagnancy, and not really knowing where to go, and you might feel blind. You know, it's maybe the fact that Sun's not there. Perhaps that Sun's not going to be there for a little bit of time. why you're continuing to go through this completion. And so that's going to put you blind. But I feel like the sun's trying to call you to have faith. Have faith in whatever you're working on, whatever you're trying to complete or do and work towards. The thing that you know is going to fulfill you. This is something that's psychological, you know. You're trying to balance things out in a way as well. Like, this could be a decision to look like, how can I balance this out? What choices are in front of me? This could be you acknowledging the decisions after making the completion of where you can actually go. Like, you've got multiple places where you can go, and you can make quick, swift action towards those things. Alright, we'll continue on. So I'm just going to start layering the cards now. We're going to go further in. So we'll get a card for your energy again. Yeah, 8 of Swords. Under the Hermit. You're having to stay still. Like, this is something that you feel is holding you back from this completion. And you're trying to acknowledge it for what it is, and trying to see more clearly within this, whatever the situation is. Again, you've got this Hermit on this side. He's looking down. He's trying to cast a light on all these different shadows. Like, you've probably been alone for a wee while now. You might have had to temporarily separate yourself from people so that you can actually find this stuff within yourself. Most of the time when you have other people around you, you can't even look at yourself like properly, like look within, because there's too many distractions. Everyone else has got their own chaotic energies going on. But you're trying to find order in things so that you can move forward with whatever decisions or whatever journey that you need to make. Because this could be defending your territory. What is this you're working on here? What's this completion? What's this completion? 8 of Pentacles. This is you trying to, like, this could be like a series of thoughts which allow you to continue working on whatever you actually are working on. That is sort of like a more financial thing. This could be your hobbies as well, like what you're really interested in, something that you want to move forward with. What's the Sun? For who? For what's involved? This could be turned into who? I feel like this is you you're moving yourself into a form of abundance. You know, this is you, maybe you've been going through a bit of a rough time at the moment, you know, going through like a little bit of stuff going on, which has caused you to go and be a little bit of a hermit, and having to take time so that you can cast a light onto the shadows of things and understand what's actually holding you back, you know, so you can realize that. And when you do that, like, while you're going through this completion, you're actually making a huge movement as well within the physical. This could be your actual like work. This could be your study. This could be, you know, this could be a massive breakthrough for you that happens because you took the time to actually view yourself. This could be you being able to actually work and correctly, in a more authentic way, approach some form of relationship with somebody, your friends or family, co-workers or whatever. There might be a situation in which has been, you realize that, oh crap, this isn't actually a really good situation. This person, you know, they could be causing drama, you don't know how to move forward, or maybe you're just trying to figure out how to you know, help heal any conflict, and by doing that you've gone into yourself first to figure that out. What's this Two of Swords? What does a viewer need to know? What's this Two of Swords? Again, this is a choice or a decision. you need, this is like, because you got the Devil, so I reckon this is some kind of like negative pattern. This could be you overindulging even doing that, realizing that you are overindulging in something that's holding you stagnant. Maybe the fact that you can't make a decision that's making you stagnant and you feel blind to some kind of negative energy around you, or it's you, and that's why you're going within, so you can see what behavior within you isn't actually helping or serving you. This could be old patterns. Camera cut out. This could be old patterns from the past which you haven't healed and you haven't grown from yet. You haven't learned that lesson, and it's putting you in this crossroads. You don't really know where to go. Like, how do I move forward with this? I've got my defense up because of this. You feel very defensive, potentially. This is to do with your work, to a degree. This could be you feeling stagnant within what your work is, and then so you decided to go, what else can I do? What else can I work on if I don't feel like I can actually work on what I want to be working on? So you go within yourself. This is you trying to find your power with stuff as well. That's something that's really important. And I'm considering the fact that you've picked Cobra, like that power within you. Again, this is something where you might need to be looking into your divine animal. What you actually are. You're not just a human. You're a part of the animal kingdom. You can't separate yourself from that. You have natural animalistic instincts within you that govern and run you every day. And that's an unconscious level for the most part. As an example, you being like, oh, I'm hungry. Like, that's a real easy one to recognize of these behaviors, these instinctual behaviors, which is to do with survival, survival, procreation, and good health. I'm going to get a card from the Shaman Oracle, and this will be just a random card that comes out because I can trust this deck. This deck's really good. I trust this immensely. The Rainbow. I haven't gotten this one before. I'm going to quickly read on this for you. Nine, 10, 19, 2. The rainbow here actually has a parrot on it. Again, as I was saying, like animalistic. You need to be tapping into your divine animal a bit more, and realizing it and acknowledging. The rainbow symbolizes the 7 steps of a true spiritual path, which manifest as the colors of the 7 chakras. In the Himalayas, the rainbow body is seen as a full realization of our essence. The rainbow also represents the bridge between the physical and the spiritual worlds. At the end of our lives, we can journey across the rainbow bridge to the highest heavenly realms. When the rainbow appears, it is an affirmation that all is well and that you are in the right relationship with spirit. I cut out. Good timing again. The invitation. The rainbow tells you that the end of the storm is near. It makes sense because you're in a situation where you're in this sort of like, it's you trying to find out where this negative thing within you is, or it could be on the outside of you too. Usually what happens though is that whatever's going on internally will reflect out on the external, within the external world, and things will play out around you that reflects your internal world. That's why it's important to go into the hermit mode, to understand these things and recognize them for what they really are, which is just an extension of yourself. All is one. so. The rumor tells you that the end of a storm is near. Persevere and remember that it is darkest just before the dawn. Do not give up hope. Things are about to take a positive turn. Listen to your morning rooster that announces the coming of the dawn, even while the night is still darkest. But do not claim victory yet, or let your guard down fully. Ooh, don't let your guard down fully. The devil's at work, man. You know? There's something that's around you that's kind of like, this could be holding you back. This could be something that's holding you back. Some kind of toxic trait. This could be toxic people, family, friends. Again, this might be something that you have to acknowledge something and be honest with yourself, within yourself, about yourself. By doing so, you're going to acknowledge these things. Again, this could be like a marriage. I don't know why that came to my head. It could be a marriage. It could be family, friends, people that surround you. You're putting a defense up. That's what you actually need to know. Is that keep up this blockage, allowing yourself to be in this hermit. Keep casting a light on the shadows so that you can actually be aware of them. You could be looking into psychology and stuff at this time and trying to understand people so that you know how to have more discernment when you're coming into social interactions with people. So that you can be more aware of people's intentions, whether that's conscious or unconscious intentions. Because what's coming is good. What's coming is good.
Please charge.
You gotta charge yourself. Keep charging yourself. You know? That's what's happening. Because the more you stay within, the more light you're gonna cast down onto things. Things are gonna continue being clearer for you. Sweat. Alright, that cut out. We'll get one more card. We'll get a card from... I don't remember this deck. Let's just get a card from it. Hold up. The Secret Language of Light. That's the one. Can't believe I forgot that. Focus. Focus. Focus on whatever you're doing. Don't let any distractions affect you, because what you're doing now, you're building yourself within, and by doing so you start building the world around you. It's the nature of law of attraction. That law is always in play, always in focus. There is no removing yourself from the law of attraction, because it's constant, based off your thoughts and feelings and your perceptions. "37 goes to 1. One moment. Oh, here we go. Where there is focus, and what do you want to create? Your point of attraction is accumulation of all your thoughts. Some you are aware of and some you are not. The latter are thoughts you are... Hold up. The latter is the thoughts you have repeated so often they have become beliefs and body memory. The point of attraction is more fluid than you think. It is the overarching energy of your collective ideas, active beliefs and your personality. Change any idea or belief and your point of attraction shifts. You sense the world around you through the filter of your attraction point. Imagine this point moving along a sliding track within you. To master yourself means being able to move your view of reality at will. This can help you adjust and adapt your situation. Stay in your center of love and on the path of your heart. You can choose to feel into the flow or resist and hold yourself back. Either way, you'll be loved by your soul and the universe. Again, I feel like this is you allowing yourself to step back. this is you actually going within to, again, cast that light within yourself to see what's actually not helping you. Trying to have more discernment about what these toxic things within you are. This could be you just playing in this role where you've been sitting, it's just been, you feel quite stagnant, you don't really know where to go, you know. And when you don't know where to go or what to do, you feel blinded. It's so easy just to start creating those negative thought patterns. You've been working on your thoughts for a long time, but you've slipped back. You've slipped back into those negative thought patterns and the negative self-thinking, you know. This could be even judging of other people, like in your mind, you're judging people and you're not paying attention. The completion will be you recognizing and being able to acknowledge these thoughts and realize where they're actually stemming from. This is you going into your unconscious world, but you're being protected by doing so and allowing yourself to go on this journey, because you are really protected. You're protected on this journey of whatever this is. I'm going to end this reading here. I can talk about law of attraction in another video. If you would like that, I can do that. I do have a bit of knowledge when it comes to the law of attraction, so if there's any clarification you guys want on that, I can talk about that. Although I need to be a bit more of an example of it. But that's fine. That's fine. But I'm more than happy to just have some dedicated videos talking about law of attraction to help people like understand it a bit more in depthly, because that would be a lot of fun. I'd really enjoy that. So anyway, thank you, Pile 1. I hope this resonates with you. If it does, please comment. I'd be very intrigued. And tell me how this resonates with whatever your situation is. I'd really appreciate that. But overall, just keep doing whatever you're doing and keep working on within that internal realm. That internal realm is the most important realm, especially right now at this point in time, because while you're doing this, you're actually attracting the energies and the movement of the universe, and that's actually running through you. And so you're working within the universe, again looking within that divine animal of yourself. Keep charging yourself. Oh man, oh, that's good. Alright, Pile 1, thank you, please subscribe and I'll catch you again. Alright, Pile 2, you picked the ship in a bottle. You're on some journey. This could be the beginning of a journey. This could be a message, some kind of message coming to you for a journey, to go on an adventure. This could be an adventure within. The ship is inside the bottle, as is the water that it's sailing on. This could be you traversing over your unconscious realm and just flowing with it. The wind's taking you by the sails, and you're going off with the wind. The wind's carrying you, the universe is carrying you, and it's seamless. And you're going through the water like it's nothing. The water is calm, it is clear. I see this at night time too. In the dark at night. This is an unconscious journey. Now you don't need to. Now I'm kind of predicting this a little bit in future. However, you may resonate with pile number 3 as well, which is Hades. I haven't done that reading yet. However, Hades is to do with the underworld. The underworld is also the unconscious. So whatever this journey is, this might correlate to pile 3. So once you've finished watching this one, I'd recommend seeing if not pile 3 is going to resonate with you as well, and see if there's any messages in there, because there'll be at least something. If you feel called to do so, that is. If you feel called to do it, then it'll be your reading. So, let's get this journey on the road. Let's get sailing. Alright. So we're just going to go into your energy, see what you're working on, see who's involved or what's involved, and then we'll see what you need to know during this time, or during that time period. So what's the viewer's energy? The Empress. Honey, you are fulfilled. You're sitting in a very, very good place. This is what's allowing you to go on this journey, this inner journey. This could be inner journey, this could be outer journey. You could be moving somewhere. You could be moving to a new home, you could be moving state, you could be moving country. Some kind of movement. Or again, this could be internal. This could be in your internal world and you're just very satisfied. You're just really abundant, you're happy, and you don't really have much care in the world because things just go with the way that you want them to. What are you working on? The world. Yeah, you're moving. You're someone who's moving towards your work, you're moving towards a new opportunity. You're literally moving house, potentially. Again, you could be moving to your a home that is much desired. You found something that is exactly for you. You found exactly what you wanted. And the world's opening up to you because you're sitting within this abundant place, and you're trying to find. You could be also trying to find ways to get into the world, become well known, and you're going to be able to do that because you're the Empress. Everyone wants to know who the Empress is. They got that power behind them. Who or what is involved? Ooh. You could be going, there could be challenges around you in terms of other people. It could be other people trying to compete with you, trying to do what you do the way that you do it, because you're just so bloody good, and people can't stand that. They want to be like you. People look up to you, literally look up to you. Camera cut out. But literally looking up to you, you know. But they're also jealous, I feel. You know, these people. This could be friends, this could be co-workers, you could be in a working situation where opportunities are being opened up for you because you do the work well. You don't do it like anybody else. You could be in the arts, you could be doing music, you could be doing photography, you could be doing, you know, graphic design or something like that. You could be doing dance. I heard ballet. You're doing ballet, that's pretty awesome. But whatever you're doing, like, the world's opening up for you because you're doing this and you're doing it in the way that you are. And you do have people around you that look up to you, but they also could be trying to, you know, they could be trying to downplay what you're doing to make it look or seem like it's not so great as it is. Trying to pull you off your throne to a degree, but you can't do that to an Empress. Now, what do you need to know? What do you need to know? This is a big journey you're going on. Whatever you're moving towards, whatever you're working on, you know, if this is art or music or anything like that, whatever your projects are at this time that you are going to allow to go public once you've finished them, it's going to blow up. Like, it might take a little bit, but then after a while, it's just going to blow up, and it's going to happen out of nowhere. What do you need to know? You got 7 of 2 7s, 7 7. So what is that? 23, 21, 2 1 goes to 3, 7 7 goes to 14, goes to 5. What you need to know is that I feel like these are the people that are around you. They're trying to do things behind your back. while you're not watching. I feel like this could be something to do with your confidence. They're trying to do things to hurt your confidence so that you can come off your throne. Again, I said they could be trying to dethrone you. And that's why you're having to put this kind of defense up. Kind of hearing Power 1, but if you feel called to go to Power 1, I recommend that, because this kind of like correlates with that. They got, for what they needed to know, they got the Two of Swords and the Devil. So that was more so like they had to keep putting blocks up to protect themselves. You know, that was one of the things that I got from that. It kind of resonates with this too, but it's not necessary. But these people could be like trying to spread gossip about you, or you're being talked about. You know, people are talking about you. And ultimately you're just focusing on yourself. You're really confident in what you do. Like, you don't let things bother you because you allow yourself to set an energy, because you know who you are. You know the work that you do is really important. You know that your goals don't only just benefit you, they benefit other people. You want to help people, you want to heal people, you want to nurture people. And you want to provide some kind of service to people that helps them in that way. You know. You want to give it to it, you want to give charity to people. Charity is a big thing that's coming through. Just service to others. Alright, let's keep going into depth. But there's people around you that I feel like you can't necessarily trust as such. Because they're just they're just a double-edged sword, I'm hearing. Like, they put on one face, but when they put on a face when you're around, but who they actually are, they show to other people. And that's where they talk to each other about it. And I feel like you already know what's going on. I feel like you don't know exactly what's being talked about, but you do know that there's something going on because you are this Empress, and you are aware you are this Empress. You're not foolish. You've got very strong intuition, and you can read what's going on between people and see how people are acting towards you, and understanding that that isn't actually authentic. You could have been having discernment around who you can actually trust. Maybe you don't feel like you can trust very many people because you know that some of these people that are approaching you are just going behind your back. Camera cut out. They don't want you to know this message. But you could be also trying to cut these people out, and maybe that's why they're gossiping. Let's continue on. Let's view his energy. More depth on viewer's energy. King of Pentacles. Yeah, whatever you're working on, you are abundant, or whatever you're working towards is going to create abundance, but you're already cultivating that abundance within you. You can feel it. You don't need to see the actual abundance. It doesn't need to be in your bank account for you to feel and have confidence that that is meant for you. What's this World card? What is it you're working on? What's this World card? Queen of Swords. This is you saying stuff. You could be a poet. You could be a singer, a musician, a rapper, and what you have to say is really important. And what you have to say is also very powerful. And what you want to contribute is very important. You see it as very important. You feel like it's very important. There's something in you that's telling you to do this, and you're allowing that to take over, and it's put you into this Empress position. You've gone on this journey to get into this position here where you're at currently by allowing these things within you to speak and to communicate with you and guide you. And that's leading you to the world where you're able to actually start speaking your voice. You don't care what people say. You just know the truth. You understand the truth of things. Not all things, but you know things that most people don't. And you have messages from your experiences that you have throughout your life. You could have had a struggled life, and it wasn't until you started listening to yourself that you actually started to move into this Empress position. But you've got this power behind you. Your words are powerful. You may or may not know that, but you do now. What you have to say is very important. And you want to say this to the world. You want the world to know what you have to say. You're going to be heard. Who and what is involved? Who and what is involved? What's involved is your action. Your action is key within all of this. Ace of Wands. This is your key. You hold the Ace of Wands. You hold that power within you. You have that fiery passion for this thing. Maybe that's where what people are jealous of is because you have this authentic passion for this thing. These people, whoever they are, they don't actually hold the same type of passion you do because they haven't done the work and they are not an Empress. They could be, but they're not. Not at this time at least. But you are. And because of this, and you needing to say something, you need to be speaking up on the things and the matters that you want to speak about. And having gone within and gained all this knowledge and this wisdom that you have gained, these people don't have the passion that you've cultivated because of your experience leading up to this point. And that's why they're jealous, if they are jealous at all. But they most likely are, because that's what I'm seeing. And they're talking about this behind your back. You may not even be hanging out with these people at all. You may have walked away. You see how he's walking away? See how he's having to put up a block, and then this guy is deciding to walk away. He's like, nah, I don't really want to, I don't want to be around these people in these tents. I don't want to have to keep fighting and blocking myself from these people when I don't need to. And so you just decide to walk away. And these people are talking about this. They might feel kind of hurt by it. They might be up in the ego about it. But you're on this journey again. Your ship's coming in. Your ship's already set sail. You're on the ship. Again, you don't need to see the results of things because you already feel it within yourself. And you already see that the world's opening up to you and so many things are happening in like this synchronistic divine timing thing, and you're putting your faith and trust in this process, this divine process that you're following. And these people don't know how you're doing it, They don't know how you're doing it. They don't understand. That's probably why they're gossiping about you as well, is because they don't understand you. They don't get you. They're not meant to get you. Alright. We'll get one more tarot card. Then we'll get the Shaman Oracle. A card from the Shaman Oracle. And then from the light language deck. What does the viewer need to know? What's the Seven of Swords? These people are butt hurt. Three of Swords. They are hurting. You walked away. You walked away because you knew that these people weren't for you. You knew that they were putting up faces and masks for you, just to be around you. They didn't actually appreciate you as much as what you deserve to be appreciated for, because of what you bring, what value you hold for yourself, and what value you actually genuinely hold, because you're working with the universe. It's how you got to the Empress state in the first place. People aren't respecting that you are the Empress. They don't want to acknowledge that because they have to start. There's a level of, they don't want to let go to you. Because of the power you hold. You're a very moving person. You've got a certain type of authority behind you because of what you have to say. All you want to bring in is love and truth within a situation. You want to help people cultivate more awareness about what's actually going on in the world, not just the stuff that people are consuming on the internet with media and everything, which is half of the stuff on media, in the media, is actually unhealthy. And you've been studying the truth. You've been trying to find truth. And you've been finding truth, and you've been finding this deep spiritual side of ourselves as human beings, and what that actually means. And people don't want to give in or actually acknowledge you for the work that you've done. They would rather just blow you off, or pretend like you're not who you actually say you are. They don't want to believe that you're the person that you are. They want to think that you're fake, you're a fraud, when you're not. That's why you walked away. Now they're hurt, because they could have been hurting you in the process. This is what you need to, what do you need to know? Maybe you're being told to walk away from certain people that you've been getting these intuitions from, because all they're doing is causing you harm in the long run, because they don't want to acknowledge who you are. Because you're on this journey that not many people get to go on, because not many people do the kind of work that you do. Not many people go within internally to find these things within themselves, and then they start to reflect their internal world out onto the actual world, and then they're the ones who make the movements within people's minds. They say the things that are needed to be said to create the momentum of flow, so that people start coming along for the journey too. You're setting a standard. You're setting a new standard. You set trends. People look at you and are influenced by what you have to say. What you do is really important. You know that. Consciously and unconsciously. Because you might be having some doubts in what you actually have to say. You don't know, maybe that's where it's hurting, because these people, you feel it from these people intuitively, that they don't think that you are, they don't want to believe you are who you say you are. And you're feeling this and picking it up. Camera cut out. But you're feeling this and picking this up. And you're hurt by the fact that these people aren't willing to acknowledge who you actually are. Like, you're trying to present yourself in the most authentic and real in the most realist possible way. You're trying to show people your soul. Yet they're turning their back on you, talking shit about you. They don't care as much. They don't want to acknowledge that you are who you are. They'd rather blow you off, pretend like you're not the person who you are, and make fun of you and play games. And you're being told to walk away so that this doesn't happen, so that your light doesn't get extinguished because of people's judgments and falling into that trap, because it is a trap. You're the Empress. Don't forget that. We need to continue. Alright, we'll get a card from the Shaman Oracle. heart of the sky. I'm seeing star vibes with this. The heart of the sky. I don't know, I haven't read this card before, I haven't pulled this one out. However, I suspect this is something that is... This is you working in the flow with the universe. You working in the flow of the universe, you become the universe at the same time. You acknowledge that duality, that internal duality. All is one, and one is all. You are one with the all is one with you. And you've found that. 24. And you're being blessed with these opportunities, with this journey, and being the Empress. And you're being heavily protected from these people, because these people don't have your best interests in mind. The heart of the sky, the essence. The heart of the sky is the love force that made all of creation possible. This same force is present when you create with originality, when you bring formlessness to form or inspired ideas to expression. This primeval force does not know good or bad. It is up to us to provide that clear intention that will guide it to manifest. The heart of the sky helps us call in beauty from the invisible world and birth it into the world of matter. Yeah, exactly. You're what you have to say. You're creating this journey for yourself because you're the Empress and you've done this work. You've been setting these intentions to be your authentic self, to be a really powerful expression, and you're trying to be a voice for the world. And this is why you are on this journey. You're protected in a bottle while you sail forward on your journey. And you know how to use the forces of the universe as well. I recommend part 1 at this point as well, if you want to. Towards the end, I talk a little bit about law of attraction. I've said that I can go into depth with law of attraction and actually make some videos dedicated to that, if that's actually asked of me, because I'm willing to do that. It'd be quite fun. The invitation. The heart of the sky brings you a sacred reminder. You are a channel for the original energy of creation. Become the paintbrush, the canvas, and the artist, all guided by the heart of the sky. Set your intention ethically and clearly, and allow the universe to take care of the details. You've been doing that. You've already been doing that. You've been you've been setting the intentions. Excuse me, and the desire. And you've been trying to create. You're an artist, or you're in the arts. You're trying to make a difference, with what you're creating. You've got messages within stuff that you're actually trying to spread to people. You have something to say that's really, really important. The medicine. You may feel responsible for everything and everyone. Perhaps you think you have to do it all alone. This takes you into a dark hole where you lose trust in the natural order of the cosmos. Shed your lofty sense of duty and recognize that this is a false prison of your own making. You can open the door and set yourself free in an instant. You could be locked in the bottle. You might not know how to get out of this small little hole. But this boat was created somehow using tools to get in there in the first place. The way that it comes out is by using similar tools. Those tools are the universe. You're already doing that. You're already doing that. This is just reminding you. It's reminding you. You may have slightly forgotten momentarily, but I'm here to tell you, you're doing it already. You just got to keep an eye out and be careful with where you're putting your energy, especially when it comes to people. Because again, you've been pulling yourself away from people, which has been good. As long as you're not totally isolating yourself. I can't speak very much for that. I isolate myself a lot, but you're doing it because you know that you need to. And that these people that you're around, these people you could be in school studying, that the people that you're around aren't actually healthy for you. Again, they don't want to acknowledge who you actually are. They want to think and pretend like you're not who you say you are, when all you're doing is coming in for full authentic expression. They're intimidated by you because they're not you, and they don't know what you're doing or how you're doing it. They don't know how you create the things that you create, why the things you create. You can explain it to them, they won't get it. They'll think it's really alien. So it's essentially what I'm seeing here. Because what you have to say is so, especially when someone doesn't know you at all, and you start saying and talking about something specific. It could be with universal law, or it could be with God and what you're, or it could be your spiritual journey and what you've experienced in this time, or how you'll work, or how you want to influence the world. You could be real into the political system or something like that, you know. You've got a lot of knowledge, you've been working hard on gaining this knowledge, and you've found some form of channel to channel that into a form of creation which gets brought out into the world. And again, this is something that's going to blow the fuck up. It will. It's because it's your journey. It's what's meant to happen. It's meant to happen. And no one can take that from you. People can try. People have tried. They have been trying, but they can't do it. They can't be you. They can't replace you. They can't have the things that you're going to have because it's not for them. It's for you only. And that hurts the shit out of them. They hate it. And so all they do is envious, and they try to break you down to stop you from being who you are. Authentic truth. Just as the card comes out, authentic truth. That's all you're bringing to the table. Keep being your authentic self. This whole thing I've been talking about, you being authentic and people not handling it. You're bringing truth, real truth, not just truth that brushes over the surface of things. You're actually going into nitty-gritty shit that no one wants to actually look into. You could have been doing a whole lot of soul work for a while now, and no one's acknowledged you or paid enough attention to you to actually ask you and get to know you enough so that you are able and allow yourself to open yourself up to these people, to let them know what you're actually doing. Instead, people have been pushing you away, and they've been gossiping about you, not acknowledging who you actually are, pretending like you're not the person you say you are, and ignoring your gifts because they don't want it to admit themselves, because they don't have it. They haven't cultivated, like they all have it, they haven't cultivated that within themselves. And they don't know how you did it. Again, for other people, you're really, in a sense, alien. You're extraterrestrial to these people. They don't get it. They don't understand it. You are the unknown field to them, which is you are the authentic truth. It's what you represent. And you're also what, spiritually as well, you represent a certain spiritual aspect. And when you come into people's lives and you deliver this aspect to them, if they stay in denial about their own internal existence and their spirituality, they brush you aside because they don't want to have to face that within themselves, because it means work. It means taking responsibility. It means being honest with yourself, and most people don't want to be honest with themselves. Ignorance is bliss, and most people sit in that place. And we all know that is not the right place to be. It's okay to be there for a while, and while you learn your lessons and stuff, because that's important. But if you just sit in a place where you don't actually acknowledge the universe within yourself, and you stay blind to it, you don't come into this complete place and receive the opportunities of authenticity, and you don't receive the opportunities of what the universe has to offer everyone. You also don't experience the certain experiences that you have when you don't look within. Like there's some certain experiences with life that you receive from the universe, and it brings it to you. It makes you aware of it and your cut out. It makes you aware of it, the universe, and like makes you aware of it and yourself too at the same time. Whew, that was a huge read. I'm gonna stop it here. Again, if you feel called at all, I would recommend a little bit of there's certain aspects to pile number 1 which you'll resonate with 100%. 100%. If you like this reading, please like and subscribe. Again, I have a funny feeling that this reading may tie into pile number 3, potentially. This is obviously to do with more of a journey, and Hades and Cerberus. Cut it again. Hades with Cerberus. That's to do with the underworld sort of things, like what's happening within you on an unconscious level. So if you feel intrigued towards that, I recommend it, but if that doesn't resonate with you, that is totally okay. Anyway, please comment if this resonated with you, or how this resonates with you. I'd really appreciate that. It's good to be getting those confirmations back. And yeah, if you guys want to hear me talk about law of attraction, go into depth about that at all at some stage, make some dedicated videos of that, I'm more than happy to do that. And just put it in the comment section that you want to. It'll be a lot of fun. Alrighty, thank you again, pile 2, and I will see you again. Alright, pile number 3. You picked Hades. And good timing for that to cut out. You picked Hades and Cerberus. Now Hades, he deals with the underworld. He is the god of the underworld in the Greek mythology. Now, one thing to know is that a lot of the interpretations over the last few hundred years of what Hades does with his, like, how he's gone about things has been really interpreted quite negatively. But there's actually a lot of aspects in Hades' personality which is actually really, really important. And I did research recently on Hades, and I was kind of like blown away a little bit by the way that people have interpreted him, and then actually looking back in the mythology and seeing how he was deemed as bad person, a bad god, but he's actually a really powerful, and very unknown, you know. And in terms of out of like Zeus and Poseidon, he's loyal. He's actually the loyal one out of the 3 gods. Now Zeus would be more of, so you can take these 3 gods' personalities and you can reflect them on people. People who are kind of ruled by Hades kind of spend a bit more time alone. They're a little bit more isolated. They're more unknown to people. They have got sides of them that they don't show anybody ever. He's also very loyal. He's a very loyal person. When you gain someone who has Hades as their god, it's trust. They are loyal to you, but you have to give them a reason for it. Hades is all about giving people actual opportunities, but if they blow that opportunity, they blow that opportunity on themselves, because they don't have the self-control behind them to actually allow themselves to take full opportunity of what Hades actually has to offer. He gives people chances. He gives people chances to have the things that they want. There's usually a twist. That twist is to prove to him and to that person how much they actually want that thing. There's the myth of I don't remember his name, but there's a warrior that goes down into the underworld to ask for his wife back from the dead because she passed and she went down to the underworld. He travelled, he came down into the underworld to ask Hades, can I have her back? He said, you can, on one condition. While you're leaving, she's going to be behind you the whole time. However, if you look back at her and look at her, she'll be stuck down here forever. She'll continue being stuck down in the underworld. So he gave him this opportunity, and it was a It was a test of his love, because if he really loves this woman, he would make sure he followed the rule, to make sure he doesn't look back at her to completely lose her again and cut out, as well as indefinitely. But it also runs I would say that Hades runs a lot, in terms of Greek mythology that is, he runs a lot of the unconscious world within humanity's mind. So, as well as I kind of feel like Cerberus is potentially Anubis in the way. He's the guardian of the underworld. Anubis was the one who helps guide the souls through the Valley of the Dead. He takes them on their boat, and he takes them to the goddess who judges them. Hades' wife is also the one who actually judges the souls. She's the one who makes the decisions on what the souls should experience next, whether they should go to termed hell, which would be in Christianity, be hell, or whether they get the opportunity to go back up into this world to reincarnate and to re-experience life again, to prove themselves. So I found that kind of interesting when I was going into the mythology of things. Just that we connect things within our human history, where things date back from. Anyway, but yeah, I have a funny feeling this is I'm looking forward to this one, because I love the unconscious realm. I love that a lot. I go in that place a lot. And pile 3, I'm looking forward to this, because I'm assuming you're also people, most likely, that dive into your unconscious realm to a degree. Yeah. So this is going to be fun. So we're going to get into your energies. We're going to see what you're working on, see who and what is involved, or what, who or what is involved, and then we'll see what you need to know. And then we'll go on to another layer of the same questions, just to give a deeper clarification, and then we'll get 2 more cards out after we've done the tarot, and then we'll finish up the reading. If you come back from pile number 2, hello, welcome again. And let's see how this reading goes. So, what's the viewer's energy? Yeah, if you're from pile 2, you know that this is your pile. Pile number 2 got Empress as well for their energy. I cleansed the area as well to make sure that would be kind of a bit more different. But I mean, I'm just gonna keep letting the cards come out. Not like that, but so you're sitting in this really good place at the moment. You've been able to acknowledge who you are. Like a pile 2, you're gonna hear a lot of what I said before, but you know, this is pile 3, it's a separate pile, so. But you're sitting in a really abundant place. You've done a lot of work to get to where you're at now, and you're sitting in this really abundant place, and you flow with you flow with the universe, and you allow it to nurture you, and then in turn you nurture others at the same time. You've done a lot of internal work and given yourself a lot of unconditional love to get where you're at. What are you working on? What's the viewer working on? You get the full. Excuse me. This is you being out. This is you putting yourself in a position where you don't have any ties to anything. You could be a free spirit, and you have the abundance and everything around you that you need just to flourish and do what you feel guided to do. Because when you have no constraints, you've got no time constrictions, you don't have any attachments, responsibilities. Although you are the Empress, you do have responsibilities, but you don't let them run you or govern you. And you're working on being full, so you can move towards a new beginning, a new opportunity, a new relationship, a new job, or something like that, you know. something brand new. Who or what is involved? Your intuition. Your intuition's involved. The universe is involved. This is you literally getting into a point where you're letting yourself just be guided. You don't care about anything else now. You've been in this place where you've been developing and strengthening your internal world, and as well as your spiritual belief, you've been building your faith. Now you're at a point you just let the universe take you wherever, because you're trying to work on to become the full from the Empress, from this abundant state. All these three hand in hand work perfectly. And it's so that you can just do what you are being called to do. You're following your divine path. And letting go of things. You're releasing things because you don't need to hold on to them anymore. This could be your way of thinking, This could be your internal world, what internally didn't serve you anymore. What old negative habits or traits or behaviors. What does the viewer need to know? Because you're walking away from people and things that don't serve you. Because you're able to use your discernment and your intuition to know where to go and to who to walk away from. You're also needing to know to walk away from things and people that don't serve you anymore. Because they are what's stopping you and discouraging you from being the full. As well as they don't like your Empress energy. Getting pile 2 vibes from that. Alright, let's go in a little bit more depth. You're just sitting in a really blissful state because you've got divine guidance, you've got your internal guidance, your soul's guidance. And you can just go into any opportunity. You feel like if you were to jump into anything, you could. And you could be really good at it. There might be certain things that you need to work at it a little bit, but you grow really fast. Like you go into things and when you're learning something, you learn with an open mind. You ask questions. You ask questions so you can gain more knowledge on it. And while you're doing that, your intuition just speaks to you, and then whatever you're learning, it just happens quickly. So we're just going to go into more depth now. It's a pretty straightforward reading so far. It might get deeper. We'll see. Universe energy. It's Empress. What else? Yeah, because you're trying to find what's on the other side of the wall. Like, you're kind of finished on this side, but you're like, what's on this other side? And you're looking back, you're looking back at everything on the side of the wall that you're on now, and then you look over this wall and you see that everything's way more luscious and green. Lush. Oh no. Because whatever's on the side of the wall is full of opportunity. You could go literally anywhere. Your intuition's guiding you towards this, and you're being told to leave whatever is on the side of the wall that you've already been on, and to leave that behind and climb over and look for these new opportunities. What's this for? What is this for? What the viewer working on? The moon card. It's funny this shows up because this is my unconscious card. This card deals with the unconscious realm, in my opinion. That's how I read it. And it's underneath the full. I feel like this is you, right? You've been in this place, you've been kind of like, You've been seeing things in a certain way, and you've been growing as well. Alright, that cut out, but you've been growing in a certain way, and maybe you've gotten a little bit stagnant, and now you need to grow. You need to sit in a place where you can grow more, and where you're actually nourished more to continue your growth and development of whatever you're doing. Now you're being guided to do this, to let go of all things that are holding you back, to let go of all attachments, to let go of responsibilities that you don't need to hold on to anymore. Certain ways of thinking or being or certain behaviors you need to let go. And when you're letting go, as you're letting go, you're diving within. You're going straight within. Because you're being guided by your intuition the whole way through. And you know that you won't be let down. You're allowing it's like you're putting your guard down in a sense within yourself, and allowing yourself to go into this deep dive unconsciously. Again, it's funny, Hades, he deals with the underworld. You're being invited to go into the underworld temporarily. Like, it's not, and the underworld doesn't necessarily need to be a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, because everything in the underworld is all things that are unseen, that people don't want to see, because it's usually something you don't want to see. In terms of, it might be an awful thing, it could be trauma, it could be how people have treated you. It cut out. This is also you understanding, like, by going within and going into this unconscious realm, into this underworld, you're going to start seeing the world differently because of this. That's why you're being told to walk away from people and old perspectives that don't serve you, because they're not a good representation of who you actually are and your journey. And your intuition's telling you, you've got this higher power behind you that's guiding you through this mysterious place. There's a path unknown. And when you're going down a path that's unknown, it's really, really challenging to, you're blind, especially when it's nighttime, But you are being guided, and you see there's two ladies on the side. You're in the middle here. And this is the universe beside you, on either side of you, guiding you down this dark path that you can't see things. It's hard to see things necessarily, in a sense, like. But you're putting full trust in this, because you're already in a place of being the Empress. This is who you are. And you're allowing yourself to go into this deep place because you know you're being guided. And it's about letting go, moving away. Again, I feel like this is people. You need to let go of people. They could just be draining your energy, and you just got to walk away. Maybe these people are always trying to compete with you when there is nothing to compete with in the first place. They're competing in their own competition. Like, you don't know that they're competing with you at all, because for them it's a competition. But then you're like, this is not a competition because I'm just doing my thing. I'm doing what I want to do, and you're trying to compete with me on what I want to do. I'm default winner in this situation. If it really is a competition to you, then you're competing in a competition that you've already lost in. Not to discourage people, of course, that if it is a competition for them. Not to discourage them from doing the things that you do, but it's like there's no point in competing with you, because you're completely guided while you let go. While you let go of everything around you. Not like literally letting everything go and letting your life crumble, but because it's not going to crumble, it's more so you're going into this unconscious world. You can go into this unconscious world because you have the intuition, you have your faith, and you have a trust within that faith too. Let's continue on. Ooh, what is involved? High Priestess is definitely a divine force as well. Yeah, pile 2. You're definitely coming through here. Queen of Swords. This is divine force and you working together. These are the two forces that are backing you up. Old and wise, young and fit, on either side of you while you're in the center, now holding your hand. This could be your ancestors and the universe and the divine coming in and helping you all together. You're being completely helped and supported through this at this time. And they're asking you not to have any fear and let yourself just go, because when you take this deep dive, like I'm imagining a whale right now. You're going up. You're getting air as the Empress. You're getting air, like she's got a dolphin on her shoulder, you know. But you're going up, and you're taking this breath, this big breath, and you're being told, take what you need right now, take whatever breath you need to take, and then we want you just to let go, and to go down in those dark depths where you cannot see. But don't worry, because we're going to guide you. We're going to give you the knowledge that you need to know. We're going to give you the wisdom you need to make your moves, to move forward, continue on this journey. We're going to make you see. Good timing for it to cut out. We're going to help you see what's not serving you, who's not serving you, and what's really going on with people. This could be you going into a deeper side of study, especially if you're into psychology, or if you're going deeper into your spirituality. Like that. Cut out once again. Alright, we need one more tarot card. Alright, what does the viewer need to know with this Five of Swords? What does the viewer need to know with this Five of Swords? Yeah, because you're being guided. Just got the Hierophant. This is divine law coming in. You're learning divine laws in this, and you're being called to have trust within this law. This could be you also. This could be you finding a way to balance your masculine and feminine as well, and putting them into harmony, so they work with one another. So your masculine and feminine energies is both your brain hemispheres. Left brain is your masculine brain, which controls your right side of your body. Your right brain is your feminine brain, which controls your left side of your body. Your right brain, your feminine brain, is the world of the unconscious. Your right brain is the masculine, which deals with the conscious. So that's your logical and everything. And all those masculine energies, that comes from your left brain. All the feminine type of energies, and literally creation itself, comes from feminine energies. And how they work together is very, very important. You can also correlate masculine and feminine to how atoms function also. They have a masculine quality which is surrounded by a feminine quality to actually create the form which creates the atom, because they have a duality. And fundamentally, by nature, masculine and feminine exists in all things. Everything has a fundamental masculine or feminine nature to it, because down at the atomic level it exists in that way too. There's no separation. And if you keep going down even further than that, it just becomes one thing. Everything is just one thing in complete totality. But this guidance that you're receiving, this knowledge, this very, very powerful knowledge, because you're taking this deep dive, you're going down, you're this whale, and it's just getting darker and darker and darker as you go down. But you know that as it's getting darker, you can trust that you can close your eyes, And by closing your eyes, you're letting the divine come through and hold your hand either side to give you this knowledge, to give you this wisdom. And this is a higher force that is ultimately guiding you. You know this. We all know you know this. Even the people that are around you know this. People that you're walking away from, they could be walking away from you because they can't handle it. You know, they can't handle what you do. They can't handle what you talk about, what you're interested in, because it's just not, to them it's just not normal. It just seems weird. But for you it's like, this is natural, man. I'm working with the universe. Alright. Get a shaman oracle. You got the crow. Excellent. This is a beautiful card. It really is. So we're going to 13. The crow, the essence. Crow is the keeper of universal law, the law of truth. This is already summing up the reading. Crow teaches us to walk our talk, to find congruence between who we say we are and who we really know ourselves to be. This winged one insists that we speak truth, and that we create truth instead of searching for it, and that we bring truth to every situation we find ourselves in. Again, you taking this deep dive within yourself, you're creating the truth by acknowledging what needs to be acknowledged. You're taking this dive. You're being the fool, looking for anything new. You're allowing yourself to be open-minded enough to take this dive. You wouldn't take this dive otherwise. Most people don't, because they think about it too much. And then let's say they do try to dive, but they go back up to get air again because they can't handle the stress of it. But when you go into it open-mindedly as a child again, and to realize these either old patterns or new realizations, this could be you literally tapping into the unconscious, like the collective unconscious, and you're realizing certain things about the collective unconscious that people don't see at all. You could literally be the first person to ever think about it in the first place, and you hold that knowledge within you because you were divinely guided to know that knowledge, you know. The invitation. When you speak the truth and practice truth, eventually everything you say becomes true. Your power to co-create with the truth is a universal law. Can correct what is untrue in your life without judgment. Let the truth set you free. Yeah, again, this is the unconscious. You're diving into the unconscious. I can't say that enough. Like, you're literally diving into the unconscious and finding the things that run your life that are not true, and you're finding the truth within it. You're not only are you finding it, you're creating it at the same time. And when you start creating that truth and living by that truth, you're going to reflect that out. Even if you don't say anything necessarily, that truth within you is going to reflect out onto the external reality around you, and things will shift for you and in your favor. This is what's being told for you here. You making this shift is going to help you shift your own reality, putting you more in a state of being the actual creator. The medicine. Be true to your word. Crow arrives just as we convinced ourselves that what we are doing is right and justified. And while this may be the case in the realm of relative truth, it is the higher realm of absolute truth. It is not. Or in the higher realm of absolute truth, it is not. Look deeply into your heart. Look deeply into your heart. Deep into the unconscious. Sorry. Look deeply into your heart and remain alert. Lest you convince yourself of something that isn't deeply true for you, or perhaps it is not the highest truth. Do not seduce yourself with illusions. Again, you're going Oh my god, this is really cool. You're moving away from these things within you, these untruths, the things that don't serve you. You're finding the truth in these things because your intuition is guiding you and showing you. Because you're allowing yourself to go into this trip into the unconscious. It's something that you need to do. Let's continue. One more card. Oh man, I know why I had so much excitement for this reading now. This specifically, this pile 3. I knew this would be a good one. Ooh yeah. Whoa, too many cards. Way too many cards. Hold up. Alright, just one card, please. Soul love. Your soul's calling you to do this. That's why you're doing it in the first place, because you're allowing your empathy to take over. Your empathy's taking over within you. And you're listening to what your soul's asking you to do. And your soul is directly asking you and guiding you to go within, to take this deep dive within yourself. It's really beautiful. I haven't actually pulled this card out before, but I mean, soul love is pretty self-explanatory. Where is it? You are clear, pure love. Nothing from your past will block your dreams. Your future will be nothing like what it was before. Your future will be nothing like what it has been before. You are at the center of your universe, looking outward through your experiences. When you look out in balance, you are seeing through love and will experience many variations of love. Make love your purpose. Find it wherever you can. If you begin to introduce anything to your world that does not feel like love, shift your awareness, your energy, or your eyes until you return to love. Become so devoted to your purpose of love that no one will sway you from it. Unconditional love is not about tolerating or diminishing yourself to make another feel good. These are the conditional actions. Good timing for it to cut out. Where was I? Become so devoted to your purpose of love that no one will sway you from it. Unconditional love is not about tolerating or diminishing yourself to make another feel good. These conditional actions will make you feel less than or resentful. Again, you're being asked to walk away from people that don't serve you, who you aren't allowing yourself to be. Like you're making yourself lesser to make these people happy. It's essentially people pleasing. You're people pleasing. And this is not me trying to like hurt you, because I've dealt with the same thing. This is like, it's an actual thing, people pleasing. Disconnected again. But when you people please, you lose part of yourself, because you take away your own values from the situation and your principles. You'll go against yourself. This is not one to get out. Something is trying to hold this back from coming out. When you're people pleasing, you hold yourself back from who you actually are, because you take away from yourself just to make those around you happy. This could be with your authentic expression as well, that you hold back your expression from people just so that because you know that you being yourself that makes them unhappy. So what you do is you be what they want you to be. And when you do that, you limit yourself to their expectations of who you are, instead of listening to your own soul's expectations of who you are. If you are trying to believe something that is not your truth, it will feel awful because you are not in agreement with your soul. Just what I was saying, because your soul's trying to tell you who you are, but then you're listening to who other people are telling you who you are. you're not, or they're not directly telling you. You're just fitting their image of who they want you to be. Pile 2, you know what's up if you come from pile 2. Your job is to feel balanced in every moment. If you can't, go easy on yourself, as it is just a sign you are not. As it is just a sign you are yet to love something about yourself. This is you going into the unconscious realm, listening to your soul, having trust and faith in your soul, moving away from the things that don't serve you, moving away from the people that you people please, that you fit your image into. Well, you fit yourself in the image of who they want you to be, instead of just being who yourself and your authentic expression. These people might be intimidated by who you actually are. They might find it really hard to grasp who you are. Again, I would highly recommend going to pile number 2, even pile number 1 to a certain degree. Pile number 2 goes into just kind of like, it was more so what the actual journey is, and then of whatever you're doing is, and what's going on around that situation. That's kind of vibe I was getting from that. With this one, it is going within that unconscious realm and within that unconscious place. You know, this could be Hades himself giving you the opportunity, that just the energies of Hades. Not that, again, don't interpret that as a negative thing, because it's not. It's really not. It's actually very powerful and really important. And you're literally being put in a place where you're going to take a dive into the underworld within yourself, and that's going within to the unconscious and your subconscious mind. You're going within that realm. I would also recommend going into some videos, maybe looking up some people who have actually gone into that realm themselves and taken the dive for themselves. Highly recommend Carl Jung if you've never heard of him before. He is like the grandfather of a lot of this. Bless his soul. I love that man. But yeah, you're taking this dive. This could be something you're actually being unconscious of. So you don't know you're taking this dive. Maybe so, maybe, or you might not be even aware that you are taking this dive and you're being guided, but you feel that you've got that love around you and that love within yourself, where you are feeling comfortable enough to go into this realm. Or again, this could be, most likely it is unconscious. So there's going to be unconscious functionings that are going to pop up within you. This could be that it's internal soul healing that happens without you being consciously aware of it. Pay attention to your dreams. Highly recommend that. Your subconscious and unconscious will be communicating to you through your dreams, through the symbols of your dreams. Write those babies down, write those dreams down. I'm willing to go into a video in terms of dream reading. Not all dreams are the same for everyone. Someone, like, you can have similar experiences in a dream, but they can mean completely different things based on your own personal experience. It's a totally individual thing. But I'm more than happy to go into a video if that is what's wanted from you guys, but you have to tell me that. But I am willing to go into that individually, aside from doing the card readings and stuff. This was an awesome read. Thank you for letting me do this reading for you. I'm going to end it here. I said in the other 2 piles that I'm also willing to do some videos on law of attraction, if that's something you guys want, and I can go into detail about that and give a different twist to it. Especially if you're already somebody that's learned about law of attraction, I'm willing to give a different spin on it that kind of just gives you a different perspective, a different angle of how to see it and view it, and as well as feel it within yourself. So yeah, if you like this video, press that like button and subscribe, please. And especially if you want more content and everything, and if you feel like this really resonated, I recommend subscribing so that in future videos will show up for you that you're meant to hear, like this one or any of the other piles. If this pile 3 resonated with you, please comment and put it in the explain how this fits into your situation. It's really, really good to actually get that confirmation back. But yeah, thank you for sharing this space with me. I guess I'll see you guys again. Alright? Farewell.